Good morning, dear friends. I, Professor Harsha Gangavane, Faculty of GS College of Commerce, Wardha from BCCA department, and as you know, I am going to teach you the subject name, that is DBMS for BCCA Part 2, Same 3. So, in my previous video lecture, I just covered the topic like classification of data model, and I am start the second unit, that is data model. Okay, so data model second unit of DBMS is divided into two parts. First part is introduction of data model, classification and ER diagram, and second one which having the concept of database designing and all that. So basically, when we start the topic of database designing, before that we have to learn about the data model which we want to be designed for creating our database for the information system. So for that, the abstract part of the reality, when we design the particular abstract part of the reality with the help of our database, so we need to be classify those particular data models. So basically our next topic is classification of data model. So basically our classification of data model is classified into four parts. First is user views or the external views, which is already covered in my previous video lecture. It is nothing but the overview of the sub schema which is interrelated with the database. So all interrelation between the sub schemas of the database for the organization, it is nothing but the user view or the external view. What we learn in that particular topic, we learn about, or we have to be justify all the functionality which is given by that particular department, or which is fulfilled by that particular department. We have to learn those functionality, and from that we have to create our sub schemas. So it is a external view. Then next one is a conceptual data model. Conceptual data model, it is nothing but the overview of all the entities, or we can say the departments of an organization. That is nothing but the conceptual data model. That means if I want to be design the conceptual data model for our institution, so I need to be decide all the sub schemas, means user views and all the functionality which is run by all the department, and then I just create the overall view of the system. That's why this particular thing, it is nothing but the conceptual data model. So we need to be view all consolidated view of all the sub schema. So basically first I have to decide the sub schema or functionality which is done by the department, several department of the organization, and then I have to club that particular sub schema with the help of conceptual data model. So it is not a part of our database, but there is a way to understood how the data flow between one entity to another entity, or we can say the one department to another department. So we can create like this, like this is GS College office entity, means office entity, we can write this office entity. So office entity can flow our data to BCCA department. This is one department, or we can say the sub schema of the organization of GS College, and another one like MCOM department. Office also give the data for the MCOM department, which has the association in between them. Then again one-to-one association like BCom department, likewise. So this is nothing but the overall consolidated view of the organization sub schemas, or we can say the schema. Okay, so those particular thing is called as conceptual data model. The name indicate conceptual, that means we are considering the data flow or functionality in between the entities. Okay, this is nothing but the conceptual data model, or we can say the which shows us the entire entities of the databases. You already know about the entity. It is nothing but the table where which we can store the data, but in DBMS term it is called as an entity, and the field it is called as a attribute. So basically this is nothing but the conceptual data which gives us the consolidated views of the schemas, views of the all entities. Okay, so entire entity we know in our conceptual data model. That's why we know the how the data can transfer or how the data can flow from one department to another department with this conceptual data model. The next one is the internal data model. Okay, so what is the meaning of internal data model? When we design the sub schema, or when we have the all sub functionalities which is going on in our department or a various department of the organization, then we create the sub schema, then we join those sub schema with the consolidated form of schema, and we got the entire view of the entities in second way, that is conceptual data model. After that we have to map those conceptual data model into three model, or among these three model. Okay, first is hierarchical, second one is network, and third one is relational data model. Means basically when we design the external views, after that we have to design the consolidated view, and after that we have to map our conceptual data model into internal data model, which is belonging the three data models, that is hierarchical, network and relational. So today we see the hierarchical data model which is mapped as internal model. That means that means when we create user view or external view with the sub schema, after that we create the consolidated view of entire entity. After that we have to map one of the data model with these three type, and this is nothing but the internal data model. Okay, so what is the hierarchical data model? The first type of internal data model is hierarchical data model. In Nagpur University, there will be a question like classification or create the or describe the types of internal data model. Okay, or classification of internal data model. Then you have to write those three particular data model which is related with the internal data model, or they ask about the write the types or classification of physical data model, and then also you have to write the hierarchical data model, network data model and relational data model, because those are interrelated with each other. Why? Because when we design the or when we mapped our conceptual data model among these three, out of these three one or one of these three, then it become an internal data model, and as per the internal data model they decide the physical data model. Okay, or we can see we can put our data in physically at the secondary storage memory. That's why when university asks the question about the internal data model classification or physical data model classification, you have to write those three. Okay, so the very first topic of internal data model, that is nothing but the hierarchical data model. Hierarchy means it is nothing but the tree view. Tree view means one of the root node, and after that we have to put the leaf nodes, like this one is the root node, and after that we have to put the leaf node. So this is a structure which belonging the hierarchy up to top to bottom. So when we design our entire entity with this structure, means with root node to downward structure, this is nothing but the hierarchical data model. Okay, but we have to satisfy one another condition. Which is condition? That condition it is nothing but when we design the root node and the leaf node as per the entity, they having the association in between them, that is 1:1 or 1:many. Okay, the association between the fields and the association between the files I already told you in my previous lecture. So there are 4 types of association, 5 types of association, that is nothing but the 1:1, 1:many, many to many and many to one. So many to one association, then many to multiple association, then conditional association. So those are the types of that particular association which is related in between the entities of our database. But basically when we design the hierarchical data model, or when we mapped our conceptual data model into internal data model with the help of hierarchical concept, so we need to be satisfied the condition, that is nothing but the entity having the relationship between them only 1:1 or 1:many. Many to many or many to one association in between the entities is not allowed in hierarchical data model. And then we have to design or map our conceptual data model into hierarchical like this. So they having the root node or root database, and those root database or table or entity will map with the another one, and those having 1:1 relationship or 1:many relationship. So basically as per the design of that particular relationship in between the entity, it is nothing but the hierarchical data model. So I will give the example like the particular data model for academic institution, or we can say the relationship between the student information in the institute and the faculty. So when we want to be store the data for the faculty or for the institute, then we decide or create the data model or the entity, like first is faculty, student, then like student information, then like subject information, then marks information. This is the example. You can decide your own way, or you can consider the entity which is helpful for storing our data for the institution. So you can give or you can consider any example. So basically when we decide the faculty, so what we have to be stored in faculty entity? The faculty name, faculty salary, faculty subject. So basically one or more subject taught by the faculty. So the relationship between them, one or more. So 1:many, one or more. So the relationship between the faculty and subject, it should be having the 1:many. Okay, but when we consider the subject and the student information, again it having the 1:many. Okay, 1:many means one student having the many more subject. Okay, then faculty and marks. Consider the faculty entity and marks. So what should be the relation between those two entities? 1:1 or 1:many? Tell me. One faculty give the marks of one subject only. That means this is nothing but the relation or association between the faculty and marks entity. It is 1:1. If I have the two subject of your class, then and then only I will give the marks of two subject in marks entity. Okay, that is nothing but the conditional association. But here we just consider only one subject of one class to the one faculty is allocated. So that's why the one faculty will put up the one subject marks only. So that's why it is a 1:1. So it will satisfy all the condition of hierarchical data. So we can create one root node another condition, that is in hierarchical data model there should be a one root node, and after that they have the particular branches. Okay, so here we create a root node, that BCCA department, and then we design our data model. So after that the faculty, there will be a one-to-one relation faculty, which having the many-to-many relationship between the subjects, sorry, one-to-many relationship between the subject. Okay, after that we can draw again the entity which having the student information, studinfo. Okay, which having the faculty relationship between the subject relationship between this one, like we can draw like this, the subject one to many, studinfo is one and subject having many to many. So likewise we can design the hierarchical model, or we can give it as a tree structured model also. So this is nothing but the designing of a hierarchical data model. There is a possibility to be it having the difficulty to be designed, or it having the difficulty to maintain the relationship between those two entity, like faculty subject or student info subject or student info faculty. So we have to convert that particular association into 1:many or 1:1. Then and then only, if those particular mapping is satisfied those two condition, like one having root node and another are the branches of that particular root node, and second one 1:1 association between the entities and 1:many association between the entities. If there is possibility of that, then and then only those particular data is mapped with the hierarchical data model, and it called as a hierarchical data model. Okay, this is okay for today's lecture. Keep watching. In my further lecture I just told about the network data model and its type, and I will explain how the data model is mapped into that. Okay, thank you for today. Thank you very much.